Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's time to talk about cancel culture in the video game space again. I thought we were over this, but apparently
I
we're
know we
not.
aren't over it.
We were over it for about 2 months now. It comes roaring back. So this is Bitmap Books. They have a book out or coming out soon called The Definitive Book of Super NES RPGs Volume 1. It probably will be the only volume by Moses Norton. I was looking very, very forward to this book because I do have several Bitmap books. I do have quite the shelf, thanks in part to Geeky of
I was going to say, you're welcome.
retro video game books. I like to look at the pictures. That's what I like to do.
He doesn't read the articles.
I just look at the pictures. At least I'm honest. Right? So I was really looking forward to this one. I'm like, yeah, it's hardcover. It's got Kefka on the cover, Lavos. I'm like, yes, I am all about this book, right? Well, I will not be buying this book, even though it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to be buying it because the publisher dug up some tweets from the author, very mild tweets, by the way, and we'll go out and see what was said and the apology that he issued. And they're not going to be giving the author his royalties. They're going to donate all of his money. So he's not getting paid for this book at all. They're going to donate all of his money to a charity of their choosing to make amends.
I don't think, are they even allowed to legally do this? Because if it's his money, they can't just decide that they're not going to give it to him because we don't like his comment about something.
They're in the UK. I don't even know what the hell the laws.
Well, that explains so much.
I don't even know what the laws are over there. Like, you look at somebody cross-eyed.
Citizens know what the laws are over there. Basically, if you're a citizen, you're fucked. That's the law.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah. So we're going to talk about this, and I am really angry. I have several Bitmap books, and this one looked amazing, and his comments were not bad. It wasn't like the guy was out there like calling for genocide or getting excited about somebody being killed. Mm-hmm. Very, very mild. He was talking about, we'll talk.
I'd love to know if people that were involved, in the decision here, if any of them had made comments previously and should have their salaries sent to charity.
Why don't we go through that book and look at every developer on every Super NES game? These are mostly Japanese developers, right? And you tell me what their politics are. Go through because I guarantee you some of these guys
I'm not blaming the people, the ones that did the games back in the day. I mean the people making the books.
Oh, no, I know. And this is what happens. We've talked about this before. We talked about with the publisher that did the Harry Potter game. Cancel culture people, the cretins, the mob, the terminally online mobs, they know they can get to mom and pop shops. They know they can go after smaller presses. They know they can go after smaller game developers. That's who they focus their energy on. They can't really take down Lego. They can't really take down Hershey chocolate, because they don't like that they're doing Harry Potter stuff. So they go after limited run games. They go after, Bitmap Books. They go after whatever I forget the name of the card company.
Maybe we're totally missing the whole thing. And maybe it's just a conspiracy by charities to go and find tweets so they can, blackmail companies into making them give them all the money.
You know what?
Anymore? This the wrong way.
That wouldn't surprise me. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Here's the statement, and then we're going to look at what the offending tweets by the author were. Bitmap Books. Dear supporters of Bitmap Books, last week, after the launch of our latest book, The Definitive Book of SNES RPGs Volume 1, we first became aware of some historical comments.
Historical comments.
Made online in 2022 by the author, Moses Norton. We fully understand these comments were insensitive, offensive, and are absolutely not views shared by Bitmap Books or any of our stakeholders. We've spoken to Moses, and he's agreed that Bitmap Books will donate all of his royalties.
Oh, he's agreed. Okay.
Present and future to charity. We have selected Special Effect, an organization that helps severely physically disabled people enjoy video games through the innovative use of technology.
Well, first of all, I think that's a really good charity, by the way. I don't know them, but the whole thought there, I think is awesome. But considering what the comments were, why isn't it going to a charity in Brazil?
Yeah, right? Why are you not helping the Brazilians since they're so
offended about? You're so offended about.
Ultimately, it's on our shoulders who we work with. So we take full responsibility for this situation. We research all prospective authors before we begin working together. So this is clearly an area where we need to further.
So now they're going to go through all of your social media,
all of your tweets. For
ever.
Fuck's sake. Unless somebody's calling for death or is happy about somebody getting murdered, I don't give a shit. Or out there attacking.
Given where it's located, I'm sure some people that work behind Bitmap Books have said shit in their social medias.
I'm sure.
But they don't lose anything.
We hope this resolution means we can move forward as we have lots planned for the rest of 2025 and beyond. Sam Dyer, founder of Bitmap Books. You know what, Sam? I'm not going to buy any more of your books. I love your books. You guys do good work, but fuck this. Fuck this. This is ridiculous. I said, translation, crazy-ass activists threatened us over a non-issue, and we folded immediately. See also the Harry Potter card game. Yeah, here, I just,
There's
minutes
a couple of them. You have way more.
I've got way more on the shelf. I'm actually looking at them behind me.
All the books you like, the ones I buy all the time, are all from them.
Yes.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah, I probably have about 8 to 12 of their books.
I bought them for you.
Yeah, every Christmas I get a couple of these books, these Bitmap books, and now I don't want them. And I had some on my list for this year too. I wanted that one. I really wanted that one. And guess who's not buying it? I'm not buying it. And you're not buying it. They can go get bent.
Yeah.
So here's what he said. Let's see. We go down here. This is the supposedly the thing that got him canceled. So I got to give you a little context here for those of you who aren't into retro gaming or into the history of Sega in particular. In Brazil, Sega was more popular than Nintendo. The Sega Master System was incredibly popular, and it actually lasted way longer than anybody thought possible. Like, they were still selling Master Systems, I believe, in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it was a company called Tectoy. And they were making a lot of their own games. They were porting games from other systems, and it was very, very popular. So that's the context I have to give here, because people are gonna be like, what's he talking about? So Strika here said, let's be honest, anything is a hoot next to the mediocre gaming experiences of the Super Nintendo. And this is the author, the well-read mage. Sure, if you're from a third world country. Nintendo's still making consoles. Where's Sega? Making a monopoly on Brazilian homebrews nobody cares about. Sega's not making consoles, but in Brazil, Sega's super popular, right?
Okay.
Did you guys get PS2 over there? Oh, okay. So I take it he's in Brazil. Did you guys get PS2 over there yet? Xenophobia is so good. Hoo boy, here comes the cries of misogyny, fascism, xenophobia. Oh my.
It's xenophobia because he said that they make homebrew games in Brazil.
They call Brazil a third world country.
Okay, here's the thing. This is the thing about this. I looked into it. So they don't call them third world countries now. They call them developing nations, and there's different statuses, whatever. It's an old terminology from 20, 30 years ago, but they will have the same designations, but they're just called different name. So technically, Brazil is considered a developing nation, which is somewhat one of the steps of the third world country. Now, personally, I never thought Brazil was a third world country. I was surprised that was considered a developing nation even. But I looked into it, and that's what they said. It's basically what used to be third world countries, now called different steps of developing nation or some form of it. So technically, he would have said developing nation. That would have been more accurate with the new status, but it's the old terminology.
The point being is you had two gamers obviously just taking the piss and being like, oh yeah, you and your Nintendo, or you've got Sega. You still got Sega over there in Brazil. You can get a PS2 because they're years behind.
The other guy was like, from these tweets, not seeing it all in context, looks like he started it. But
it looked to me like they were just busting each other's chops. It doesn't look like it was anything.
And he goes, and here comes the cries, misogyny, racism, xenophobia. Oh my.
Yeah, well, here they come.
And now from 3 years ago.
I think what happened, because this is what happened with Kara Lynn, who was a community manager at Limited Run. She publicly said she was excited about Hogwarts Legacy, and then what happened was these terminally online weirdos went through.
Wasn't the person was like in charge of the brony stuff or something for a while?
Yeah, who has a history of harassing people. Right, this person is like completely unhinged and actually got booted from BronyCon. But what they did is they went through her who she follows, and they went and they dug up tweets from like 7 years ago.
They found one tweet.
And they found like one tweet that basically was like, yeah, I'm a little weirded out by, trans people in the bathroom because I don't know if they're actually trans, something like that. It's like, I don't know if they're actually trans or just a guy in a dress or what's going on.
Or just a guy saying that to get in the bathroom.
Right. So, and that was like 7 or 8 years ago. So that's what got her fired, right? God forbid you're excited about the most popular game of 2023 as a video game community manager, right? But this guy, I'm thinking what probably happened was because it hit the press that the book was coming out, and they probably took a look at his profile and they probably said, well, he probably interacts with or follows the wrong people. So now we're going to go through all of his tweets from 2022 and see if we can find something to get rid of him because we don't think he belongs in our space.
Now notice how the company isn't like canceling the book. They're not
it's
saying,
too late.
Hey, it doesn't matter. If they really want to stand by their morals and they didn't want to be associated with this person, then they need to cancel that book and not have their name on it.
Well,
but they're not doing that. They're just giving his royalties. They're keeping their share.
Exactly. People point that out. They're like, wait a second. The royalty might only be a couple of bucks a book, and you're selling these books for like probably 30, 40 bucks.
It's $48.
It's $48. Yeah, because it's a hardcover, right? So you're selling these books for like $48. He might have only gotten a couple bucks a book, but you're still going to keep your profits because you're printing so many of them. You're only
so if they're not going to cancel it, they should give all the money to charity.
All the money should go to charity.
Doing that. They're just
in Brazil.
Money and giving it to charity.
His
little pittance, because I'm sure he probably got like paid in advance, and a lot of things don't even earn out. So the royalties would be after the book sales have earned out.
Yes.
So at that point, if it sells really well, he's losing a lot of money. He might not lose a lot of money. It depends. But they're going to lose a lot of money if they don't keep the money. So I don't see them saying, hey, we made a mistake. We own our mistake. So we talked to him and he's going to pay for the mistake. It was ultimately our mistake for hiring him, but we're not going to lose anything.
That's bullshit. I mean, nothing like, again.
They say that they were giving their money.
They said his royalties.
Yeah. So then they said, we own this. We made the mistake. Well, if you own it and made the mistake, why is it only his royalties that are going to charity?
You should refund.
And why isn't it a charity in Brazil?
Exactly. That's a damn good question. Okay. So here's his statement. He had to give the obligatory, I'm sorry, I had an opinion statement. My name is Moses Norton. I'm the author of the definitive book of Super NES RPGs Volume 1, which I really wanted to get. And I even tweeted about that book like 2 weeks ago. I said about how excited I was about this book.
Yes.
And now I can't fucking buy that book because fuck Bitmap Books. I need to take a moment to speak honestly with you. Some old remarks I made have resurfaced, and I understand why they've hurt, alarmed, and disappointed many people. What the hell?
I'm rolling my eyes, literally.
Those statements escalating from a simple argument over video games were wrong. I'm Hawaiian.
That was the statement. That was it. That's what got this.
I'm Hawaiian. I'm Hawaiian Portuguese on my mother's side and no stranger to hurtful comments regarding race. It wasn't, my understanding is it's not a racial thing. They're talking about how in Brazil they're way behind in technology, and that is an observation. Like anybody who follows video games, we know that's the case. Part of it is how expensive it is to ship stuff to Brazil, because we learned this during the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing, that because D&D is incredibly popular in Brazil, right? The cartoon show is incredibly popular in Brazil. And they did this Brazilian car commercial, which the casting for that Brazilian car commercial is the best casting I've ever seen from a cartoon.
That Brazilian car commercial, that's where it's at. I
was like, just do that as a movie. Get those kids, figure something out.
They nailed it. They nailed it.
Amazing. Anyway, D&D is huge, but it's expensive to ship down there. Hasbro stopped doing it for a while, but they found another party to work with that they could actually manufacture it in Brazil. And that was part of the issue, as I understand it, with like Nintendo and Sega, was that they had to have Sega had Tectoy making the consoles because you need to have somebody in Brazil making the stuff, right?
So it was still selling there. They kept making it there. Other places, they stopped making it.
Yeah, and they had ports of, it was really cool actually, because I didn't even know until I got into emulation like in the late 90s, early 2000s, that they had ports of Game Gear games for the Master System that were like, 1999. I'm like, what the hell, the Master System? Like, who the hell plays a Master System? Well, it's like, all of Brazil plays the Master System. Mm-hmm. Who knew? I thought it was kind of cool. But it wasn't a racial thing. To the best of my knowledge, it was not a racial thing. It was just like, hey, you guys are way behind in Brazil. for reasons.
Because you're a third world country, which apparently developing nation is the correct is the current terminology.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, look, we publish books, right? We publish stuff. If it were me and I saw that, I'd be like, that's it. I'd be like, did you want anybody to die? Did you get into a fight with our customers?
That's because the one guy said, oh, you're xenophobic. Kind of, I don't know if it was a joke or not.
I think it was a joke. It read to me like I don't know.
But then he's like, oh, now I'm going to be accused of all this stuff because, typical, you say anything, you're accused of being this.
And I know that guy too. I've talked to that guy too, and I haven't had issues with him. So I, again, am a verified customer. You are a verified customer of Bitmap Books, and I am no longer a customer of Bitmap Books because this is ridiculous. Now, if he was out there saying, I hate Brazilians and I think bad things should happen to them and their country should be blown up or some crazy shit like that, I'd be like,
they should get to make all the D&D movies and shows.
We will say that. Is that racist to say that
I don't care.
Brazil should be put in charge of all the D&D stuff?
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah, so I'm Hawaiian Portuguese on my mother's side, no stranger to hurtful comments. So I'm not proud of the stupid and insensitive statements I made. Oh,
okay. How dare you joke with somebody? Okay.
To Strika and everyone disturbed by my past remarks, I'm sorry. I deeply regret and resent them.
Don't harass Strika.
Don't harass her. I've actually talked to Strika before. I haven't had a problem. I don't think I've had a problem. I don't know. I have a problem with so many people I can't keep track of.
We don't even know if it was that person that said anything. It might not have said anything. It might not have been somebody who had an axe to grind with this guy specifically. Find that comment. So don't harass this guy because I don't know. Yes. This person probably had nothing to do with it. I don't know, but
I think somebody got jealous because this always happens, and they're like, not in our space. You're not going to.
I don't know, but don't mean to anybody mentioned because it doesn't mean that they were involved.
I also will make it absolutely clear my publisher Bitmap Books had no part in those remarks, was not aware of them.
The legally mandated.
The comments were made long before any collaboration on my book began, and they no way reflect the views, beliefs, or values of Bitmap Books.
Yeah, this is their legal team.
Yeah, they've conducted themselves with professionalism and inclusiveness. My past mistakes have nothing to do with their integrity and quality of their work. This sounds to me like, say these words.
We're going to sue you. Agree. Yeah. Agree. We don't know that. This is our opinion. Agree to giving the money away, or, there could be problems. Be real shame. But basically, no one's going to be allowed. He's not allowed to work with anybody because he made a tweet years ago as what you think is a joke. This is stupid.
This is crazy. Everybody's just kind of jumping in there like, why are you apologizing? It's probably, what probably is? It's probably some stupid shit in the contract. Like either you apologize, make sure we look blameless, or we're going to ask for the advance back and we're going to sue you for damages.
Yeah. Meanwhile, again, I want to point out, if you could, where's the original statement from the game place? You had the original statement? Yeah.
Right
here. Okay. They said, we've spoken to him and whatever. And it says, ultimately, it's on our shoulders who we work with. So we take full responsibility for this situation. But it also says that, they're going to give his royalty money.
Yeah,
they're going to donate all his royalties, his present and future, to charity. They didn't say that they were going to donate theirs. It's ultimately their fault. It's on our shoulders. We take full responsibility by giving his money away, but not our own. That's what they just fucking said.
Yeah, right here. This person says Quantum P1 versus the CPU. Says, this post actually affected your reputation way worse than the situation it was trying to fix. The author might be an idiot, but you're going to make profit off his work and he doesn't get paid and act like you're doing it from a place of moral superiority. That's very fucked up.
Yes, it is. It's very fucked up because you're not, in the statement say you take full responsibility, but only his money's being donated to charity, and it's a charity of your choice. And again, it's not a charity even remotely related to the infraction to begin with. So if it was because you were so outraged by his comments about Brazil, why isn't the money going to a Brazilian charity? And why isn't your money going to, because it's ultimately your fault. You admitted it. It's your fault. Why are you getting to keep your money?
So this person says, now I don't know if this is about Strika or if it's about Well Dead Mage. I think it's probably about Strika. Says that he's an asshole in the past, plagues Facebook groups with his trolling. I don't know. I haven't had, I think I've talked to him before. I don't think I've had any problems with him.
But we don't know if that person was the one who complained.
I don't think it was.
It'd have to be somebody. One person wouldn't have done it.
No.
It had to have been a bunch of people flagging it to them. That would cause problems.
If I had to guess, I would say what happened was somebody saw the book because it was getting picked up, in GameSpot and some other websites, right? It's a beautiful looking, but they do good work. It's like, God, don't make me hate you, but you do such good work. But it was getting picked up, and there's probably some jealous bitch out there that's like, well, I'm gonna go see. I remember a conversation from 3 years ago. I'm gonna put an end to this right now because they wouldn't pick up my book, but they picked up their book. And
what are the questions? It says reviews and questions. What are the questions right there on the bottom? See that says reviews and questions.
Questions. Does it come with a slip cover?
Okay, I thought it was going to be like, did you know?
did you know?
It's just, I don't know. I just think this is stupid. Again, I know. I'm sorry. Stop looking at it.
I wanted this book so bad. Damn it!
Stop looking at it.
Fuck you, Bitmap. I wanted this book.
Looking at it. Look at these.
Oh yeah, I like those too. She's flashing her boobs. That makes it better. I didn't even see the interior. I was gonna buy it just based on the cover, and I'm looking at the interior of this thing. I'm like, my God, this is probably the most beautiful RPG history book I've ever seen in my life, and I can't have it, and I'm not gonna have it. I'm gonna go without. I'm gonna abstain because they're acting like a bunch of shit stains. Yeah, I'm gonna get blue balls from this book, but yeah, damn it, this is everything I ever wanted in a book. Thank you very much, Bitmap.
I just think it's funny though that we're taking full responsibility by giving you his royalties, and we're giving you none of ours. We're profiting on everything. You can still buy the book because it's all his money's gonna go to charity, and we're still gonna profit.
We need to just, you know what? Let's just print video game books. We'll make better looking books than this. That's what we need to do.
I don't know if you can. Then get the rights and stuff to be able to print them and everything.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Buy from Udon. Udon doesn't hate you. Our friends at Udon put out good work and they don't hate you.
That's true. Maybe they can be the ones that do these books from now on.
Yeah, right. If I were Moses, I would call them
Udon. Anyway.
Udon, if you're paying attention.
Neon wants a book like this. Anyway,
yeah.
So.
Just make a book just like this.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.